I'm speaking with.
Kevin Kennemer with the People Group based in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
What is the People Group?
We help companies with three main things. Company culture, number one, and then compensation and benefits.
I've done tons of interviews with people about company culture, and usually when I talk about culture, it's always with one of these hot new companies like a Zappos or a Rackspace, and they're very obsessed with culture. And you were just telling me a moment ago about how, it's all about culture and treating your employees well. Why do you feel that way?
Company culture should be the number one priority of a company because if the culture is not right, the company is going to spend more in compensation or benefits. Because if the culture is toxic, they're essentially spending money to get a chain to lock on around someone's leg to keep them in a cubicle. And the culture creates a situation where employees want to stay. And so it levels your compensation and benefits plans so that you can be market driven but not have to pay more than market and employees are satisfied.
How do you, I've been in so many companies that have zero culture. How do you sort of convince one of these companies that has no culture exactly what you just told me, that like you got to turn things around?
Well, I don't believe that. I think every company has a culture, and you can usually tell within about 15 minutes what type of culture they have. And
Well, I guess you're right. Some of them can be caustic, right?
some companies are very caustic, very toxic. It creates a situation where the employee can get very ill over a long period of time if they have a boss who's very toxic. It creates a situation where health plan costs go up because employees have stress, and stress creates a situation where the body starts to break down because you can't separate the mind from the body.
So, do you have like a multi-step plan, or how to kind of walk through an organization to improve its culture and just get that focus back?
Well, I don't believe in cookie cutter situations, but I do have a step process that we follow that helps companies evaluate themselves.
And can you explain a little bit of that?
Well, you got to get really honest with the leadership. Culture flows down from the top. It doesn't percolate up from the bottom of the organization. So your leadership has to be right. If your CEO is not going to believe in creating a culture of trust and respect, then we're not going to work with that company because they're not going to hire us. So the CEO has to be willing and want a great culture. It's not HR. HR shouldn't be the one leading the charge because HR doesn't create the culture. It's the CEO, and so the leadership is important first and foremost. The culture is developed over time based on what you do. So, like the CEO, how he or she acts, works, their work style, how they treat people, that is how the culture is developed over time. You can put a sign on your lobby wall that says people are our greatest asset and we want to have a great workplace. Well, that's not going to create a great workplace. It's the actual day-to-day how they act and work with people, from the CEO to her leadership team on down the organization.
Excellent. Hey, Kevin, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed it.